So, as you guys are getting back into the thick of things, the town hall is actually still in flames. It's this tiny little farm building that's, built out of a bunch of wood, so this thing is quickly being engulfed by these flames, and there's just a general panic as everyone in the town is just freaking out. Some people are charging out of the still burning building, some people are tending to the wounded, but everyone's just kind of in a state of panic. As you guys are standing there, though, someone actually comes running up in your general direction. As you look at him, he's wearing a black and orange costume, and his face is just covered by this mask that looks like a jack-o'-lantern, and it's actually glowing slightly, as if there were indeed, candles behind it. Now, this person raises up their arms, and there's just these two massive gauntlets on one on each of his hands that resemble the heads of fishes. And he raises these up, points these gauntlets at this building, and just a torrent of water starts shooting out of each of these. Just hundreds of gallons, like just two fire hoses. And he starts to, slowly fight off these fires that are spreading to the other buildings. And he just kind of looks over his shoulder and just yells, "I've got a handle on this, you go after those things!" And is just starting to try and put out all of these fires. And Neros and Kemlin, you'll notice, is actually, they're kind of running back into the building and trying to drag people out of these burning buildings, but they're gnomes and they weigh like 20 pounds, so it's a little bit of a slow-going process. But yeah, so this stranger... Do what?
Who are Neros and...
Neros and Kemlin are two of the gnome NPCs that the group met on the train, and they have kind of joined up with this ragtag band of adventurers.
Real quick, T-Money.
Yes?
If I recall, because I get knocked out, I take a permanent something.
Yes!
Oh, yeah, no, we did that last time, actually.
Yeah.
Yes,
it was,
but I didn't write it down.
I think it was a minor scar?
I have no idea.
I didn't write it down, unfortunately.
I really should have.
Also, what level is everyone at? Because I think I'm behind.
I'm a 32.
My paper's in Georgia.
Alright, cool. So we've got two non-helpful answers. Andrew.
Wait, someone say
6.
6, okay.
How much? I don't have any experience, so I don't know what to put.
Okay, we'll just go ahead and give you the same experience that Andrew has, because I started you at around the same experience as them, so...
Okay.
Yeah, we'll just do that.
Well, how much does he have?
16,300.
Okay.
So, guy in the costume has just said, "Go, I got this." Neros and Kemlin are attempting to drag people out of the burning building. What's everyone doing?
Is there like clearly a hospital or a tent, a medical tent around?
This is just a farm town.
So did we defeat that big pumpkin boy?
Yes, the big pumpkin boy was defeated.
Okay, cool.
I'm definitely not gonna go.
You're not?
I literally just got knocked out and I have like 2 HP, so I don't think... Oh,
remember that I think I tried to shrink the pumpkin with him inside of it still?
Mm-hmm. That did happen.
Oh, okay. Well, then I probably feel a little bit guilty about that. So I'm going to go over to Alden and I'm going to sort of like pick him up. And,
well, if our past role-playing game experience is, says anything, then Jake is immediately going to get angry at you for suggesting that you picked him up.
Well, I don't even think he meant up off the ground.
Did you?
I mean, how
Did
else?
you mean like... Oh, I thought you meant like I was prone or on my knees and you just helped me stand up.
Oh, yeah.
You're
no,
trying to pick me up off the ground?
No, I didn't lift you up and like hold you over my head.
Okay, so my feet are on the ground still this whole time.
Yeah, no, I'm just like holding you up.
Okay, then yeah, I won't get angry.
You okay there, buddy?
No.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't really think that through.
Think what through?
Nothing. Never mind. I drop you.
Oh, God.
I go back to the guy with the fish heads and I ask him what we need to do. or if he knows where the people, the weird pumpkin things went.
So he's still just blasting these fire hoses basically at these buildings, and he goes, I think they went west. Head towards the temple.
Okay, which way is that?
I'm so confused.
What do I look like, a compass? Tell me which way west is.
And he goes, the sun rises in the south, sets in the north.
No, it doesn't.
On this planet, it does.
Yeah, okay, well the sun is down, so how the fuck am I supposed to know?
The sun is
That was
not
more
down.
than I intended.
The
I'm
sun
very
is not down.
confused. Someone needs to tell me again what the situation is.
Okay. You guys just got finished fighting that giant pumpkin thing.
I don't remember the giant pumpkin thing, so I'm very confused.
I don't know.
I'm just gonna wing it.
I don't know
I'm just
how.
trying to get this moving.
So
It's like a
you guys fought one of those pumpkin warrior things, but it was like a really, really big one. And it swallowed Jake. And Jake got knocked unconscious, and then someone brought him back to consciousness, and then everything was on fire, and this guy is now putting out the fires and said, go after the pumpkin boys.
So let's go after the pumpkin guy.
Okay, so you guys did see the pumpkins run away.
Okay,
Okay,
so chase
well-
them.
Thanks for making me look like a fool, Tyler.
What? I said you saw them run away.
I know. Alright, I guess I just start heading in that direction. Not
Okay.
running or anything, but, you know, walking.
Just gingerly following it? Okay.
I'm strolling.
Alright. So, Alton, are you following as well, or...
no, not at all.
Okay, you're just chilling?
Yep.
Alright, so I guess you're just not really gonna be involved in this session then.
That is, you know what? That's fine.
Okay.
Definitely character choice. He's not a fighter to begin with. He's not going to just get knocked out and be barely alive and go fight again.
Alright, so while everyone
said we were
else
gonna
is
fight anything?
chasing after the pumpkins, what is your plan then?
Honestly, just look for short term. Look for medical attention and help.
Okay.
Long term, fucking celebrate this holiday and quit fighting these shitheads.
Okay. So real quick, guys, you start following the pumpkins, but Alton, I'm going to say that as all of this is going on, you do actually notice someone is running and tending to the wounded, and you see every so often they kind of mutter some words under their breath, and you see their hands start to glow.
Okay, I'm definitely fucking my way to the front of the line.
Okay, so you run over to this person who's currently bent over a person that's like severely burned, and they're kind of mending their wounds and stuff like that. What do you say exactly?
I need help now.
I need help now.
Yes.
Alright, so this person kind of like, turns and looks up at you, and they are, let's see, what kind of costume are they wearing? We'll say that they're wearing a cow mask.
I figured I was dressed as a fox.
And they kind of look up at you and go, just give me a minute, this person really needs help.
I look at the person. What's their situation, right?
They're pretty severely burned, but they've gotten a couple little healing blasts.
You.
All right, I'll let him go.
Okay.
I'll actually wait.
Okay, cool. Thank you for not being a jerk.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Grabs his hand and just puts it on his face.
Just like pushes the knocked out guy out of the way at the last second, then like dives under it. Okay, so yeah, this guy kind of tops off this other guy. He turns towards you, and I'll say he just go ahead and heals you for full health.
Oh, thank the Lord.
I'm not
Jesus.
gonna waste time doing all this shit. Okay, cool. All right. So now that you're healed up, what are you doing, Alton?
I'm finding the nearest tavern to spin some tales and drink some alcohol.
Okay, so the town you're in does not have a tavern. It's a tiny little farming town.
Oh, I forgot we ran away from the main town.
Yeah, if you want to
That's
run
right.
back to Lakeside.
Well, I'm going to notice that they all just fucking left me, so I'm just going to chill at the town hall.
That's still on fire.
Yeah.
Help with the fires, you dingus.
No, I'm just going to kind of watch him. Dude, this guy's got, like, cannon arms. What am I going to do?
Use your ball bearings.
Yeah, okay, that'll work.
So you're just kind of standing there watching. Nearest and Kemlin are still trying to fish people out of this burning building. And,
Oh, there's still people inside?
yes!
Okay, I might actually try and get some people out.
Okay, why don't you just roll a d20 and we'll just see how successful you are.
Don't know, I didn't have a d20 out.
Literally the most important one in D&D.
I rolled a 5, so pretty shitty job.
Alright, yeah, so we'll say that you ran back in there, and you actually got, like, severely burned in the process.
God damn it.
So you are back to being injured. We're going to switch over to the other people here real quick.
Yeah, that's fine.
I 100% forgot that I needed dice.
You do indeed need dice to play D&D.
That's why it's called Dice and Dice?
That's true.
Nice.
100% accurate.
What's happening?
I was saying what was going on with you guys. So you guys started following after the good old pumpkin people. Sorry, I had to move something off my desk, so I had more space to like actually do Dungeons and Dragons stuff. You guys started following after these pumpkin people, charging through the fields over in the western direction, where the temple was said to be. And you guys can follow where they're going pretty easily. They're not trying to like hide their tracks, and there's a large number of these guys just charging through these fields of grain, so it's very easy to see where they've cut their path through to. They are pretty far ahead of you guys, so you can't really like catch them, but you can follow their trail easily enough. And as you guys follow your trail, you eventually follow them to the temple that they were talking about. As you get to this temple, you see it is this massive stone building with a absolutely huge tree just growing out of the center of it. It almost looks like someone is holding a giant green umbrella over this temple. Now, this temple has definitely seen better days. It has fallen into disuse and disrepair. There's a lot of crumbling stone, and also a significant portion of the building is now missing. Almost an entire side of the building has just been blasted away, and right next to that wall, there is a giant crater going down into the ground. It's actually still smoking a little bit. There's a fairly substantial amount of smoke just kind of drifting out of this hole near this temple. And as you guys kind of look around, in front of the temple there is a large statue of a man, maybe not a human, but just a humanoid, with this long bushy beard and a long staff in his left hand. His right arm has since crumbled off, but the rest of the statue remains standing. And as you look over at this crater, it's very, very large. It's probably about 30 feet across, and as you look down into it, you can only see a few feet before it's just pitch black down there.
Found my dice. Yay.
Woo! Alright, so that's where we're
Is it
at.
in the hole? The hole is pitch black?
Yes, the hole is... you can see a little bit just from, like, the remnants of the light coming from the sunset and stuff like that, but it's pretty hard to see further than maybe 10 or 15 feet down in this hole.
And what's around the hole?
It is right next to that massive stone temple. In front of the temple, there's a large statue that's kind of, like, it's missing an arm, but it's like an old man with a bushy beard and a large staff. And then there's a giant tree growing out of the center of that temple.
Okay. Can I do a religion check?
Yeah,
See if I know what's going on?
yeah, sure.
Okay, I don't remember how to do that.
You're going to roll a d20 and add whatever your religion skill is.
24.
24? 24? Okay, so as you kind of look at this temple, look at the statue of the man, you actually recognize this man to be Konoha, the god of nature. He is kind of...
Isn't that who I'm dressed as?
No,
Oh my
you are
God.
dressed as the god of earth.
Oh.
Yeah, the god of nature, he is kind of like the wild nature type thing. He's not quite the god of the forest, not quite the god of agriculture, somewhere in between there. And a lot of people have kind of turned away from worshiping the god of nature and turned towards worshiping the god of agriculture. That's why this farm town has kind of let this temple go into disuse.
Gotcha.
Love some
I
corn.
go inside the temple and see if there's anyone in there.
Yeah, yeah. The door is just kind of hanging wide open. It's just an old wooden door.
Oh wait, aren't we chasing these people?
Yeah, yeah. You were chasing the pumpkin people.
So
I
did
don't
they
know.
go inside?
Do a big old crater real quick.
So real quick, just to answer your question, Annalise, you did not see any of them when you guys got here. Shrubum, you want to go look over in the crater?
Yes, I want to go to the crater and look inside.
Okay. So as I mentioned, there is not a whole lot of light getting into this hole, so you can only see about 10 or 15 feet down it.
As I imagined, I would like to shoot a dazzle ray inside of the thing to illuminate it and see if I can see anything.
Okay, yeah, sure, we'll do that.
Hell yeah.
Alright, so you raise up your wand, say your magic word, and a dazzle ray fires down into this hole, illuminating it for just a couple seconds. And as you do so, you see pumpkins.
Ooh, gross.
A
Pumpkin
lot.
people or just regular pumpkins?
A lot of pumpkins. They're just smaller pumpkins. They're not quite, the size of the ones like from the Pumpkin Warriors, and they don't have bodies like those guys did. But you just see lots of pumpkins on these vines in this hole. And then your
Are they
dazzle
alive
ray.
pumpkins or dead pumpkins?
They're, as far as Shrubum can tell, they're just pumpkins. And Shrubum has left his room.
No, I was just getting Rango. I'm still listening.
Okay.
Rango sounded sad.
Gotcha. So yeah, as you kind of fire this dazzle ray down there, you see the pumpkins, and then it kind of, it fades after a time. The tunnel is no longer illuminated, but then you see two small dots, just two glowing dots, appears down in the hole, and
Are they
then
eyes?
two more dots appear,
Uh-oh.
and then
You
more,
woke up the pumpkin.
and more, and more, until there are hundreds of pairs of eyes just opening up and staring at you from down in this hole.
I go, "Ah," and then I run away.
Okay.
I have a question. Are they considered animals or plants?
They are technically living plants.
Can I speak with them? Because I can speak with plants.
You tried that last time and it didn't really go well.
Why?
Because
what happened.
they just didn't want to talk to you. They were just wanting to beat
Well,
you
these
up.
are little pumpkins. They might not want to beat me up. They were just chilling in a hole. Can I ask who you are? Can I say I'm sorry? I'm sorry, plants. Didn't mean to disturb you. We just want to know what happened here.
Yeah, so as you kind of say, you're sorry and stuff like that, they kind of all turn from Shrubum to you, and then they start advancing up the crater.
How? Do they have arms?
They, you can't really see, but you just see all of these eyes just start flooding towards you.
Are we all looking in there, or is it just...
Shrubum ran away. I don't know what you're doing, Spock.
I'd be following suit, but I just didn't know if that was established.
Okay, so, Annalise, your two buddies have started running away.
Yeah, no, I'm going to go inside the tent.
Um,
By the way, that's where I ran. I wanted to run somewhere safe. By which I mean somewhere that I will be trapped.
Can we get fire hose guy and flood them, like a little bowl?
I can create water.
You can only create a gallon of water at a time.
We'll just do it a bunch of
Note that. I
times.
should write that down. But it's only a gallon at a time.
Yeah.
Wait, where even?
So, Spog, are you following Shrubum into the temple? Are you running somewhere else?
I'm gonna stand a good couple feet behind Annalise.
Okay.
Just see what she's trying to do.
Gotcha.
There's something I want to do.
Okay.
I don't know if it would work.
Well,
What is a wind wall?
a wind wall. Let me grab my book real quick, because I don't remember what that spell does. Let's see here. Okay, so wind wall. A wall of strong wind rises up rises from the ground at a point you choose within range. You can make the wall up to 50 feet long, 15 feet high, and 1 foot thick. You can shape the wall in any way you choose, so long as it makes one continuous path along the ground. The wall lasts for the duration. When the wall appears, each creature within its area must make a strength saving throw. A creature takes 3d8 bludgeoning damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one. The strong wind keeps fog, smoke, and other gases at bay. Small or smaller flying creatures or objects can't pass through the wall. Loose, lightweight materials brought into the wall fly upward.
How long is the duration that the wall stays up for?
Up to 1 minute.
1 minute?
Mm-hmm.
I want to create a wind wall over the top of the hole.
Over the top of the hole?
Yeah, so they can't come up and get out.
Okay. 1 sec here. Okay, so the thing with the wall is it does have to be a wall. It can't really be like a ceiling, because it does have to be touching the ground.
I mean, you just said it could be at the point of my choosing. Why can't it touch the ground like the wall of the the wall of the thingy, the wall of the hole.
Okay, sure, we can do that. Why not?
Because that's the ground.
Yeah, sure, why not? We'll do that. Alright, cool. So, basically, what just happened is, Annalise just fucking killed everything. So...
Oh.
Yeah, these guys are getting fucked up. So, Annalise, real quick, I need you to look on your, spell sheet thing, and tell me what your spell save DC is.
15.
15! Cool! So they have to make a strength saving throw. Over 15. They did not! Cool! So now each of them takes 3d8 damage.
Wow.
Oh, that's so much.
6.
Can I get an inspiration die for that?
17, sure.
Where do I put that? At the top?
There's like a box for inspiration. So you just dealt 17 damage to each of these guys. As they try... God. Oh boy, I was not expecting that. Boy, oh boy, did you just fuck that up. Alright, cool. No, you just had a really good idea that I did not account for, and you just did a giant area of effect attack against all these guys and killed all of them. So as soon as they try and leave the hole, this wind wall just tears them to shreds. So congratulations, you just killed all my guys. Yeah.
I tried to talk to them and you wouldn't let me.
I know. I just wasn't expecting them to all die in one attack. So yeah, you guys get, let's see here.
Why did they get anything?
Yeah,
I'm the one that did it.
Okay.
I found them.
You're the one that woke him up. They might have just been peacefully sitting there if you didn't look in.
Alright, cool. So, Annalise, I guess I will just go ahead and give you all the experience since you did just absolutely murder this entire colony of pumpkin boys. You get 2,500 experience.
Oh man, that's math.
You're going to be at 18,800.
Oh, okay.
Alright, cool. Well, good encounter, guys.
It's been fun.
Good, moving on.
Alright, yeah.
Okay, I go inside the temple now.
Inside the temple? Okay.
I'm sitting in a corner clutching my wand like this. Sitting down.
Alright, so as you're kind of, sitting there in a corner, Shrubble, you hear the door swing open again.
Go!
And Nissa walks on in. Spog, are you following?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So what about the pumpkins?
They're just dead.
They're dead.
No, do we see any pumpkin people inside the...
If you guys want to give me a perception check or something like that, I can tell you a bit more.
I'll do a perception check. Oh wait, who has the highest perception thingy?
Now, one thing is you are actually not allowed to ask stuff like that.
What?
Yeah.
That's stupid. I don't think I should do a perception check.
I mean, you might as well.
Okay, then I'll do a perception check. Oh,
I'll do it.
23. Shouldn't have taken that long for me to add
Oh.
more. What do I see?
So as you look around in this temple, you do not see any pumpkin people.
Okay.
But you do see a decent amount of stuff in here. This is an old temple that's kind of fallen into disuse, but you can still see what it once was. Now, where there would normally be, like for instance, if you walked into a church today, you would see a lot of, like places for people to sit and stuff like that. There are no like benches in here. Instead, there are tree roots that seem to have grown into the shape of a bench. And there is, some old like tattered banners and stuff like that in here, some old burnt out candles. But this room is fairly empty. The one wall has been destroyed, so you can see outside from here. But this used to be a very beautiful place.
How do you know?
Because I made it.
Fair enough.
If you want to be more like accurate with the temple or church lingo, you would say pew instead of bench. Just a side note.
Okay.
Maybe they are benches and they're not pews. It's just like a lot of...
I mean, in any place of worship, the seats.
Anyways, you guys are in the temple.
Okay.
So what do you guys
Look
do?
for a door or stairs.
Door or stairs?
Or any way out of this one room. That
Okay.
isn't the door I came in through.
So this one room, it's a majority of the temple. This is the main like center of worship and stuff like that. So you only see the front door and one other door towards the back of the room.
Okay,
I'm gonna go towards the back of the room.
so do I. I want to go to the door and knock on it.
Okay.
I'm gonna knock on it.
You knock on the door,
Don't want to be rude.
and there's no response.
Okay, I would like to open the door and go inside.
As you try and open it, it is actually locked.
What's
Mm-hmm.
the door made out of?
It's just a wooden door.
I'm gonna fucking blast it. I'm gonna blast the lock with a dazzle ray.
Okay.
Or the handle, or whichever it is. I got a... Oh boy. I think I got it. I got a
Okay.
27.
Okay. That's probably enough to beat the AC of a door handle. I don't imagine door handles have very high ACs. But yeah, you blast this thing with a dazzle ray and kind of manage to shoot the handle off. And the door does slowly creak open. Yep, that is a door creaking.
So I'm doing the Foley work. I push the door gently open and I poke my head inside.
Okay. As you look in here, it seems like almost like a little office type area. There is a desk on one wall. There's a window going outside, and you see a little bed towards the back. There's some, little stacks of papers and stuff like that. It's a pretty simple room.
Can I read the papers?
Yeah, so if you look at the papers, there's not really anything incredibly important on these. They kind of just seem like, notes that someone had written, like to-do lists, stuff like that, little schedules. There is, however, a book on the table.
I pick up the book. Can I read it?
Okay, so it is actually the holy book of the Church of Kanoa. So it's basically like that church's Bible type thing.
Okay. I'm very confused as to why we're in here.
Because you guys said you wanted to go in here.
Can I
But
do...
I'm very confused as to why you led us to this place.
Because it's D&D and you guys are allowed to do what you want.
But you led us here.
I did not lead you here.
Wait, what?
You
You're
guys
the one
said,
that made the
I want to
temple.
go in the temple, and you guys went in the temple.
Can I do a religion check to see what god they worship? Is it...
Nissa actually did a check for that earlier, and it was Kanoa, the god of nature.
Ah. Is that her god that she worships?
No, do I? No, I worship a different god, I think. I don't remember which one though. Do you know which one, Tyler?
As a druid, you don't really just like worship one god. You just kind of worship nature as a concept.
No, that's not. No, but with my like.
You did a bunch of research into the god of Earth. That was like your
Yeah.
druidic research.
No, I was like something. There was something important with the god.
The god of Earth, yeah.
With the god of Earth that I did.
Yep.
Like I was protecting something.
Yep.
Something like that. So that would be my deity.
Okay, so yeah, she worships the god of Earth.
All right.
Are there any windows in this place?
Yep, there's one going outside. It's just like a simple glass window. Very
I go
dusty.
to the window and scoff
You go to the window and scoff?
at the window.
Why?
I could do better.
It's shoddy glasswork.
Just not creative.
Alright. Anything else you guys wanna do in here?
Well, this is lame. I leave.
Okay.
The pumpkins are gone. I'm good, and I leave the temple.
I take the book and follow.
Okay.
Is there anything else of like importance in this room?
If you want to do a perception check.
I already did a perception check.
Not in this room.
Okay, I'll do a perception check in this room. 21.
Okay, so as you look around, you do actually see above the doorframe there is a staff sitting
take the
in like
staff.
a weapon holder type thing.
I take the staff.
Okay,
What
it
is the
is
staff?
a wooden staff. It kind of looks like a twisting tree branch that actually has small flowers growing out of it.
Oh, perfect. Can I do? Yo, Riley, what's your name?
Fog.
What?
Fog.
Spog.
Read your book and tell me what is in this. What's the deal with the staff?
I read the entire book right now.
Um,
You all sit around and wait for me.
so about 10 hours later. No, I'll just if you guys want to do like an Arcana check, you can probably identify what this is.
I do that.
Okay, she does it.
Let me
my
go roll
staff.
for it.
Okay, so give me an Arcana check.
I don't know. I don't think I had anything for that one. So I'm just gonna do whatever this comes up with.
Oh, you probably did have something for it. Hey, Andrew.
Wait, I have something for it.
Andrew, what is Arcana based on? Like what ability score?
Intelligence.
Okay, so just go ahead and roll a d20 and add your intelligence modifier, Riley. Oh,
don't
right, you
know.
don't know that either.
Wait,
Just-
how about I just do
Just
it?
roll a d20 and add 4, Riley. We'll just...
Okay, that's 16.
16? Okay. So as you kind of look at this and kind of inspect its magical nature, you actually realize this is a staff of flowers.
And creative. What does that mean?
So it's a wooden staff. It has 10 charges. While holding it, you can use an action to expend 1 charge from the staff and cause a flower to sprout from a patch of earth or soil within 5 feet of you, or from the staff itself. Unless you choose a specific kind of flower, the staff creates a mild-scented daisy. The flower is harmless and non-magical, and it grows or withers as a normal flower would.
Where do I write that down?
Under your gear, you can just put staff of flowers.
It makes.
Is that equipment?
Yeah, you can do equipment.
Dude, we could
Where's
just make.
my gear?
Just put it in equipment. It's fine, babe.
Okay.
Prolapse.
And the only thing it does is make flowers appear?
Yep.
That's
Woo!
useless.
Well, it was a staff of a priest of nature, so
Nah, yeah.
it's not supposed to be a monster killer.
Monster.
Alright. So, you guys just heading out of the old temple then?
Yes, I'd like to
Yeah.
leave. How is Alton doing?
Let's zoom on back over to Alton real quick. So, Alton, you just got burned trying to rescue someone from the temple.
I stopped rescuing people from the temple.
Okay. I mean, to be fair, you're only like 20 pounds, and these are like full-sized humans.
Yeah. I'm literally just gonna. I'm not gonna do much.
Okay.
How far away were we from the main town we started out in? Lakeside?
Yeah, it was like a hour run or something like that.
No, I think I'm gonna wait for these guys.
Okay. So we'll say that the chaos kind of gets, sorted out at this point. The guy gets the fires put out and all that. Neros and Kemlin help rescue people, and all the people kind of get sorted out. That one person is healing up everyone that they can, and the chaos has kind of settled at this point.
Okay.
So what do you want to do?
I don't have very many useful skills. To other people, they're very useful to me. I have a playing card set.
Okay.
So I might just try and ease the tension with a little game of cards.
Okay. So you're just approaching a random group of people.
Yeah, no, I'm just walking up to people who specifically look down. Or
Probably
sad.
most of the town, because their town just got set on fire.
Oh, real question, meta question to everyone who's here. Of all the card games you know, which one allows the largest number of players?
Uno.
I don't have an Uno deck. I just have a regular 52.
I don't know, Go Fish.
It's the only game I've ever played.
Yeah.
I've only ever played Go Fish, really, so.
Okay.
Poker.
I don't feel like getting money involved in this situation, in betting and gambling.
Make the best of the situation.
Play with
Yes.
hugs and kisses.
BS was not a bad suggestion, because that's just deal out all the cards to everyone's there.
All right. Well, we'll say you find a group of people that want to play some BS. Why don't you give me a charisma check to see how well this is received?
This is going to go extraordinarily well. Oh, 23.
Okay. So at first, people are definitely like a little taken aback that you want to play cards at a time like this. But a few of like the kids in the town and stuff like that are definitely more receptive to it. So you do get a little group of people together, start playing some cards. We'll say you get 9 people together.
Hell yeah.
So you definitely have like this little crowd going, and you've got like some of the kids, some of the more elderly people that can't really help out, all kind of organized and entertained.
Cool beans. That actually is more productive than I expected to be.
Okay. All right. So you'll just be playing cards for a bit, and we will zoom back on over to the temple.
Well, we just left the temple.
I just mean the people over by there. All right. So all the spellcasters in the group. What is the plan?
I
Let me look.
don't know. Where... Are we still chasing the guys?
Yeah, you were told to go find the pumpkin people. You looked down in the hole, and you saw it went down pretty far, and you just saw all those pumpkins in there, and it kind of caught your attention.
Well, we killed them all.
Yeah.
So are we done?
No, I mean,
wait,
you
can I
just... There was a bunch of, like, little pumpkin guys in there.
Okay, can I locate animals, or can I use locate animals or plants?
Yeah. That
Locating plans.
That should work. Let me look up exactly how it works here, real quick. Describe or name a specific kind of beast or plant. Concentrating on the voice of nature in your surroundings, you learn the direction and the distance to the closest creature or plant of that kind within 5 miles, if any are present. Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
So I'm gonna do that to find the pumpkin man.
Okay, so
Pumpkin guys.
as you just kind of search for pumpkins, the nearest pumpkin you can sense is directly below you.
No, that wouldn't. Not the dead ones.
I know.
Directly below me, below the temple.
You just sense that it is directly below you.
Run!
Well, that's confusing.
Okay.
Where are we right now?
You
Are we in the
guys
temple
are
or are we
outside the
outside?
temple, right next to the crater.
Right next to the crater. Okay, so it's. So I didn't kill all of them. Can we go inside the hole?
Yeah, if you want. It's a pretty steep drop. Like it's just a hole that goes kind of
Is there
straight down.
another way to get down there?
I mean, the only thing you see around here is the crater.
You said there's like steam or smoke coming off of it, right?
Yeah, like it's pretty hot when you get near that crater.
Okay, then I'm not gonna go down the.
I tie a rope around my neck, and then I jump her into the hole.
Without tying the rope to anything else?
Hey, Shrub'em. Remember
Hey.
when I told you that anytime you say you do something, you do it?
Yeah, and then I cast fly on myself, you fucking moron.
Okay, cool.
Dingus.
So, you have a rope tied around your neck. You're flying down into this black hole.
Wait, why don't you just fly down the hole, tell us what's down there, and then fly back up?
Well, I was originally doing that to say I was going to kill myself, but then Tyler.
Well, that's a good idea.
Yeah, well, I can only do that a few times. Not honestly.
You already said you did it.
I don't want to.
You
Well,
did
it's
it.
too bad. You said you did it.
All right, fine. Well, that's boring. You're dumb. But I do it anyway.
So you're
Alright.
flying down the hole.
Yeah, all right. I fly into the fucking hole.
Okay, it's pretty dark down here. Do you have night vision? Or dark vision?
Nope, I'm a human being.
Okay, cool. So you can't see anything.
I would like to cast dancing lights,
Okay.
and I basically just make like a little ball of light. I can make like up to 3 or 4 or something like that, but I'm just gonna make one and kind of like move it around with me.
Okay, cool.
You know in
So-
Skyrim how you have
yeah,
that spell
yeah,
that makes
I know what you're talking about.
like that.
So yeah, as you fly down this hole, it goes down for, kind of at an angle. Like, at first it's going pretty straight down, but then it kind of, like, angles out and stuff like that. And it's actually it's curving pretty intensely. You get about,
How do I get through all the pumpkins?
Huh?
I thought the pumpkins were just like filling the hole.
Nope, they're just, like, on the walls of the hole, sorry.
Oh.
Yeah, there were, like, a bunch of pumpkins on the walls of this crater.
Nice.
But as you fly down, you actually don't see any pumpkins down here. But this tunnel goes pretty far down. After you get about, we'll say 30, 40 feet down, it just kind of levels off completely, and now it's just horizontal.
Okay.
Nice.
And
Do you report this back to us?
Yeah, no, I fly back up, and then I sort of turn around and I go, hop on. And I point to my back.
What creature am I? So I might take you up on that so I don't have to use my rope. Oh, I'm a gnome, so I'm gonna get on Andrew's back.
okay. Shrub'em, do you want to take that rope off your neck?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can just say that I didn't even do it.
No, you did do it.
All right. Here, I tied around my, oh, fuck, no, that'd be a terrible idea. I just extend my hand to Spog.
Okay, I take it.
Okay.
I was debating if I'm just gonna climb down, like using the like pumpkin carcasses.
I mean, there are, like, a lot of pumpkin vines and stuff like that, if you want to try and do that.
Okay, I'll do that.
All right.
Fine, yeah, fuck you too.
Why don't you go ahead and give me a
I'm just
climb
gonna have
check?
Andrew fly me down, so.
What do I roll for climb?
We'll say, so you roll your d20 and we'll just say +3. That sounds like a good number.
Ooh, that's 21.
Okay, so yeah, you fucking do some sick-ass flips down these vines. So yeah, you guys all make it down there. It is pretty warm as you guys get down here. There's still like a little bit of smoke kind of coming off the ground and stuff like that. And there's a bunch of pumpkin guts all around the bottom of this tunnel from all those pumpkin drones that got absolutely shredded.
I'm collecting
I'm gonna
seeds.
pocket some pumpkin seeds.
All right,
Like-
cool.
Same thing.
Oh, I'll do that too.
All right, everyone's got some pumpkin seeds. All right, so anyways, you guys are now at the bottom of this tunnel. Or not the bottom of it, but, where it kind of levels off. And it is warm in here. It smells like a mixture of just, damp earth and pumpkin spice because there's all these pumpkin guts around you. And there's like some echoing coming from down, like further down in this tunnel, but you can't really make out what it is.
There's echoing from where, sorry?
Just further down the tunnel. What are we doing, guys?
Well, I mean, I fly them both down there, and I kind of just like drop them off. But I'm gonna hover for as long as I can.
Okay. This tunnel is still pretty big. It's about 30 feet wide.
Is it completely dark?
Yeah.
What is
Other
daylight?
than Shrubum has that dancing light going around him, so there is some light coming off of that.
What is the daylight spell?
Um,
I'm gonna look up dancing lights and see how it works. Probably just like give each of you guys one, if I can.
I can create light. I don't know what the
Oh, just do
Yeah,
that.
I don't have that spell.
specifics of it are.
Daylight is like it's a level 3 spell, so I wouldn't use it right now, but it's like a damage dealing one.
Oh, never mind.
By the way, I make 2 other orbs and put them over the heads of both of them.
Okay. Thank you. So I guess we're just gonna keep walking down
Okay.
the tunnel.
Alrighty. So as you guys proceed on down this tunnel, eventually you get into a kind of like larger chamber. And this chamber is actually filled with several just large piles of rock, and you can actually see there's like some steam coming off of these. And then there's several tunnels branching off in different directions. A lot of these tunnels are really small, like small enough that hardly even Annalise's character could fit into them. But there are 3 large tunnels. One going to the left, one going straight ahead, one going to the right.
How many small tunnels are there?
There's like a bunch of these really small tunnels. Probably like 20 or 30 that you can see just right off the bat.
Hey, where's that smaller guy when we need him? Did we forget him back at the town?
No.
Annalise's character is also small, but like even she can barely fit into them.
Is she the trainer?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
There's 3
Oh,
tunnels.
look,
3
damn
of
it!
us.
No, I can't do that. I was gonna say I could have shrunk Annalise, but I already used my thing. How many of the holes are there?
There's 3 big tunnels and like 20 or 30 of these small tunnels just going in all different directions.
Can we send our orbs down the tunnels?
If you want.
I mean, I could, but only within range of like, hold on. Oh, 120 feet. Oh, but a light must be within 20 feet of another light. So no.
Do the tunnels go in different directions? Do they like?
They all just kind of go off in random directions.
Well,
I
should
have
we
a
split
question.
up?
What's the maximum level spells I should have?
What do you mean?
Like, there's first level spells, second
Oh,
level spells.
level 3.
Okay, just making sure.
What, Jake?
I just want to see if anyone will wake back.
No.
And so I got an angry voice.
I'm very confused.
Well, I pick this one, and I go into the middle one, and I start walking.
Okay.
Mm.
I'll go to the
Wait,
left.
wait. Can I do find traps?
Bye.
If you want. Real quick, babe, I'll just give you a hint. There's likely not going to be any traps in here, because this is just like a monster den.
Oh, okay. Is
you
my
guys ever watch-
knowledge still specific from when I detected the pumpkin guy? Like, do I know which one to go through?
You just sense that there was a pumpkin, like, 100 feet underneath you. When you do detect animals or plants, it literally just tells you the direction and distance of the closest one of that type.
Okay.
So Shrubum has just decided he's going to go down the center tunnel.
Yep. And by the way, I'm still flying. I'm hovering off the ground.
Okay.
It
I'll
lasts
go-
for 10 minutes, so I'm going to milk it for all it's worth.
Okay. Sorry, what'd you say, Riley?
I'm gonna go to the one to his left.
Okay.
You were all just splitting up?
Scooby-Doo taught me everything.
It's a horrible idea.
D&D rule number 4. Always split up the party.
No.
This is a Halloween episode. Of course we have to split up.
If everyone splits up, then it's just gonna be.
I mean, you don't have to split up. You can
Oh,
follow either me or
I'm
Spog.
getting far down this tunnel.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna follow Spog down the tunnel.
Yeah, by the way, just want to let you know, your lights definitely turn off.
Oh my god.
Once you get 20
That's
feet
not
away from me,
fair.
they turn off.
Okay.
That's
So-
just how this works.
So
Did we establish if my Christmas lights need a source of electricity?
I don't know if we did.
Does
I can
electricity
create
exist?
lightning, which is electricity.
I don't think zapping a string of Christmas lights with lightning would go very well.
Can I? My Christmas lights is my source of light.
Do you have the spell just like light or something like that? I'm pretty sure you have something like
That's
that.
so fun.
Do what?
Yes.
I'm just saying, if you just want to do that, I'll just let you cast it on the Christmas lights and they'll all illuminate.
I guess.
Wait, I have dark vision.
Okay.
I'll do that. I'll do light because I want my lights.
Alright, so you have this long string, like 20 feet of Christmas lights that you have just illuminated. And they are now, you know, shooting out some colorful light across this chamber that you guys can now see from.
Around Annalise and I.
Okay. Well, then if she's gonna do that, then I'm not gonna use my dark vision. 'Cause I'm
Okay.
gonna save that.
I mean, dark vision is just a thing your eyes can do. It's not like a spell.
I have dark vision too.
Really? I have it as a spell.
Oh, you might have a spell then. That's dark vision. I'm pretty sure as a gnome, you can just see in the dark.
Oh, okay. I accept that.
Yeah, as a gnome, because you're like an underground race, you can just see in the dark. Alright,
Okay.
so,
Alright.
we'll do Spog and Nissa's thing first. So you guys are heading down this left tunnel, and, you know, there's just like, it's not really like just a straight line. It's kind of like bumpy and stuff like that. But you don't really run into a whole lot. You walk down this hallway for maybe, you know, 30, 40 feet or so, and then eventually this tunnel widens into a very large chamber. It's actually so large that your Christmas lights do not illuminate the whole thing. But since you guys have dark vision, you both do, you can see out past the edge of the lights.
Okay.
And if you guys want to give me a perception check, I can give you some more details about this room.
I'll do a perception check.
I'll do one too.
20.
20? Okay. Yeah, that's good enough. Don't worry about it, Spog.
Okay, wait, before you go into anything,
All
I'm
you
gonna
like
use the
still hear you.
bathroom.
So continue.
Okay. So Annalise is taking a bathroom break, so I guess we'll just do a bathroom break real quick.
Okay.
Guys, today I watched the movie Storks and I cried.
The what?
The movie Storks.
Alright, guys. So, you guys have just gotten in this chamber. It's illuminated a little bit by those Christmas lights, and then you can see, you know, a little bit further with that dark vision. And then Nissa just did a perception check. So, as you kind of look through this room, you see there is a whole lot of vines in here. There's vines all over the floor, all over the walls, even going up onto the ceiling of this massive chamber.
Okay.
And there's like these really thick, you know, twisting pumpkin vines all over this chamber.
Middle, or is it just vines on the walls?
It's just vines.
Is there, like, any sort of tunnels out of this chamber, or is this just an end goal?
So you just walked into the one, you just walked in through the one entrance to this chamber.
Okay. Should we just go back?
Yeah, I
Wait,
mean,
if
you
we
guys.
did a perception check, would that tell us if there was anything important going on in the room?
It just kind of gives you a general sense of the room.
Spog, you got an idea?
Thinking. So, reiterate one more time.
You guys looked through this room, and as you look around, it's a massive chamber. All of the surfaces of this chamber are just covered with like these thick, twisting pumpkin vines.
Can I like go up to him, do him, and try that again? Do an investigation check and see if the vines are dead. Or
Yeah.
alive?
Yeah, go ahead. Give me an investigation check. We'll just say add 4.
14. 14.
14? Yeah, so as you look at them, they definitely seem alive. Like, they're, pretty, like, ingrained into the ground and stuff like that. They seem green. And you do actually see a few tiny pumpkins budding off of these vines.
Hey.
Uh-oh. Oh, no. This is like the mother. This is like the nursery. Oh, no. Is that it? Am I right?
I can't tell you stuff like
them?
that.
I'm going to kill it.
How big is a budding pumpkin, Tyler?
So this thing, it's probably about the size of an apple right now.
Are they normal pumpkins? Can I detect evil? Is that a thing?
Like, take one and just bite it like an apple and just see what chaos would ensue.
So I'm just going to give you a little helpful hint right here. Biting a non-ripe pumpkin is probably a very bad plan.
Could I, like,
I can do plant growth. I can make them all grow. Can I speak with them since they're so tiny?
I mean, these, like, they're just, like, barely budded pumpkins. They, like, you can't, they don't have faces or anything like that. It's just pumpkins on vines. And they're not even
Have
orange.
faces.
Do what?
I was just talking with plants. Plants don't normally have faces.
I mean, these are just vines, really. They don't really, I mean, you could try and speak with them.
Vines are plants.
I mean, they are plants, but, like, again, these are, like, baby plants, basically.
The vines as well?
I mean, they're just vines. I just don't think you would really be able to speak with these well, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
They going in a discernible direction or just all over the place?
They're just kind of growing all over the place, and as you look around, they all just have these tiny budding pumpkins on them.
Can I detect... No, I can't.
Any doors, anything, or is it just a room with, like, pumpkins?
It's just a room with a bunch of pumpkins.
Okay, I'm gonna, since there's nothing happening, I'm gonna spark some chaos and break a pumpkin off the stem.
That's
Okay.
not a good idea. I do not suggest that.
She said she does it, so she does it. You break one of these pumpkins off, and it's pretty hard to pop off, because, again, it's not a ripe pumpkin by any means. So it definitely takes a little bit of, gumption to get this thing off. But you finally pop it off, and you just have a non-ripe pumpkin.
It's popping off, yo.
Okay, this is what we're gonna do. Can I go over the plan with you first before I do it? Okay. So I'm just talking about this plan. I'm not actually doing it right now.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Okay. Just making sure. Okay, so is it smog or spog?
Spog. S-P-O-G.
Okay. Spog. Spog. What I'm thinking that we do is we leave this room and then close off the entrance. So when the pumpkins get older, they can't get out.
Oh, I like it. I'm gonna take this one, though.
Okay. Sure.
I'm down.
Okay, so we go out of the tunnel, or out of the room into the tunnel, and do you have anything that could barricade?
I will just point out, you do have a priest of the fire god with you.
Ah,
We have other people with us?
No, Riley
Are you a priest
is
of the
a
fire god?
priest of the spire god, or of the fire god.
Can you just set all the things on fire?
I don't see why not.
Okay, then just kill them all.
I mean, moral and ethical reasons.
Give you my little pumpkin and send you like out to like sit in the hallway,
Sure, okay. I'm gonna go wait for you.
light it on fire, so you can save my one little munchkin.
Then can I do like a wind wall to contain the fire so it doesn't burn us all to the ground?
Okay, so
Or asphyxiate Riley.
you guys are just like in a dirt tunnel, so there's nothing for it to really spread to in here. But as Andrew mentioned, a wind wall would probably be a good idea, given that you guys are in.
Andrew, I mentioned
she
the
said.
wind wall.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't. Never mind. I thought I heard Andrew say that. Yeah, you can make a wind wall,
Okay,
but I
then
would
I'm
wait
gonna do that.
until Riley starts the fire, because
Yeah.
otherwise she can't get through.
No, yeah. I'm gonna wait
sucks.
for her to do that. I just don't want the fire to spread out to us
Yeah, I
and
get you.
follow us.
Pumpkin and send you out to whatever the ending point is. Light the fire and then go meet you.
Okay. Well, I would rather just to contain the fire as best as possible. Wait till I get into the hallway and then do it at like the entrance to the room rather than the entrance to the hallway.
As long as my little munchkin's safe.
Yeah, your little munchkin's safe.
I'm good.
Okay, that's what we do.
That's what I'm doing.
All right, so Spog, you get a couple little flames going, and it spreads through these vines pretty quick because they are just simple vines, and very quickly, just these veins of fire are just shooting all across the floor, the walls, the ceiling, until this room is basically just a massive fireball, and it's so bright that like it's painful to look in that direction.
Okay.
All right, and then Annalise, you're doing a wind wall.
Yeah, after
Okay.
Riley gets out of the room.
Okay. So just keep in mind that is your second, third level spell slot of the day.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. All right. So you make that wind wall. It blocks all the smoke in, and just this giant fire just burns all of these vines to a crisp. And actually, eventually, all the air just kind of gets burnt out of this chamber, and you guys hear a rumbling, and this chamber actually caves in. Not the tunnel you guys are in. Thankfully,
Just the chamber.
that wind wall helped kind of keep debris out and stuff like that. But yeah, that whole chamber just implodes, basically.
Okay. Then I guess we're gonna. Well, I'm gonna go follow then Andrew into that tunnel.
That center tunnel?
Yeah.
All right, well, you guys are a ways behind. You did spend some time in that tunnel, so we're actually going to zoom ahead to Shrub'em, basically a few minutes ago. So, Shrub'em, you are now going down this tunnel, hovering down by yourself with just this little dancing light following you. And you proceed down this tunnel for a little bit, and as you get down this tunnel, you keep hearing a bunch of echoes from further down the tunnel. You still can't quite tell what it is, but you can definitely tell it's from ahead of you.
Nice. I mean, I guess I just keep going.
Okay.
I just want to go down the tunnel.
All right. So, we'll say you proceed down this tunnel, maybe, 30, 40 feet or so, before the chamber actually starts getting a lot bigger. Like, it starts widening by a lot. And you head down through this tunnel, and as you kind of head down here, you notice there's actually something in the walls. Like, it's no longer just dirt. There's something kind of wrapping through this tunnel.
Mm-hmm. Are they vines?
If you give me a perception or investigation check, I can tell you a little bit more.
Perception, 17.
Yeah, so as you look at them, they don't really look like vines. They look too dark and too thick to be vines.
Ah, veins.
That's terrifying. No, they're not quite, like they're just bigger than vines.
Can I go up to it and try to pull it off?
I mean, yeah, you can try. And it's not like this is like all over the tunnel. You just see them like intermittently throughout the tunnel.
Yeah.
But yeah, as you go up and try and pull on one, you can't really like pull it off. But as you kind of grab onto it, it's very coarse to your touch, and it's actually there's tree bark on it.
Ew.
So from kind of your little gaze up and down at it and grabbing onto it, you realize this is actually a root.
Ah, of course. Okay, well, I'm going to follow the roots.
Okay. So yeah, you just kind of, I mean, there's like a lot of them, and they're kind of like going just down the tunnel, basically. Like this tunnel was just kind of dug like through the roots, basically.
Yeah. I'm just going to keep going.
Okay. So now, as you keep heading down this tunnel, you actually can kind of make out what was making all those noises a little bit clearer. What languages do you speak?
Common.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah,
I
you
didn't
cannot
walk in.
understand what it is, but you hear talking. And at first you hear like a bunch of little voices, kind of, and then you hear like one big booming voice, and you just hear like this talking back and forth a bit further down the tunnel from you.
Grubber, grubber, grubber.
So I can only hear it. I can't see anything.
Yeah, you can't really see anything. It sounds like it's still pretty far down this tunnel.
Oh God, how far do I have to go? I don't really. I think if I get too close, then they're just going to see me. But how much I can do about that? I just want to keep going until I sort of reach whatever's making those sounds.
Okay, so as you start proceeding down this tunnel, you know, this is kind of like a windy tunnel and stuff like that. It's definitely not a straight line. But you can see a bit down further in the distance, you actually see a faint glow, like an orange glow, coming from something ahead of you.
Nice. I turned my light off, and I want to start walking towards that one.
Okay, cool.
And I'd like to use my sneak skill.
Okay.
My stealth, I mean. Nice. 21.
Okay, that's a pretty good stealth check. So yeah, you managed to kind of avoid like the crunchy spots in the ground. Like you're pretty silent moving through this tunnel, and you get closer, and you can make out these voices a bit better. Again, since you don't understand, you know, what language they're speaking, you don't really know what they're talking about. But you get a bit further down this tunnel, and it starts to widen even further until eventually it just turns into this massive chamber. And as you look out in this chamber, you see a few things. As I mentioned, this is a very, very wide chamber. It's probably 100, 200 feet wide.
Oh boy.
And as you look through this chamber, you see there's one massive root just kind of coming down into the center of this chamber, and like a bunch of other roots just kind of hanging down from the ceiling of this, you know, hollowed out chamber. And as you look into this chamber, you see a bunch of pumpkins. The actual, like, pumpkin warriors, though. You see probably 10 or 12 of these guys all gathered around one massive pumpkin. As you look at this thing, it's about 30 feet tall, and each of its limbs looks like it's an entire tree. All of these pumpkins are gathered around this one massive one. And you can now tell that big booming voice is coming from that one. And they're all just kind of, you know, circled around it, kind of listening to what this thing says, and it's gesturing around. And that's what you get at first glance.
Can I do a perception check to see if it sounds angry?
Sure.
Can I tell the tone of its voice?
Yeah, sure.
13.
Yeah, again, since you don't know this language, it's a little difficult to kind of pick it out, but it definitely seems like agitated or excited.
Okay.
And this whole room is illuminated pretty well by all of their glowing eyes and mouths.
Thank you.
Oh.
Now, meanwhile, as you're standing here in the shadows of the tunnel, you hear a rumble off in the distance. And the whole chamber you're in starts to shake severely. And as you look back in the chamber, the pumpkins have all kind of looked in the direction of the tunnel. They don't necessarily seem to be looking at you, they're just looking in your direction. And the large pumpkin just kind of like starts booming out something and points towards the tunnel, or towards the direction that like the shaking was coming from, and you see the pumpkins are all now running towards the tunnel.
Yeah, we just killed their children.
Is that towards me?
Yes, they're running towards you.
Probably because
Okay,
we're
cool.
in the tunnel now.
Okay, cool.
So, real quick, I'm going to cast invisibility on myself. I'm going to go
Okay.
presto.
Okay.
What are these tunnels made out of?
Hold on, we're not over to you guys yet. We're still in Shrubham's thing right now.
And I'm going to wait for all of these pumpkins to sort of go through the tunnel so the big one's just alone.
Okay, gotcha.
Riley made a bad decision to go
Yes.
follow.
Alright, so they go running on down their tunnel,
I don't know.
and they run all past you, and now it is just the one big one left in this chamber.
Cool. I want to walk around and see what's in here
Okay.
while I'm alone with this one.
So as you kind of walk around here alone in this chamber, kind of look around, the only thing you can really see a whole lot of is there's a bunch of those roots, that one really big root, And this one massive pumpkin just kind of looks back up this big root and starts digging it out further. Like, just scraping dirt off of it to kind of expose more of this one big root.
Are Annalise and I aware of them barging yet?
Nope,
Dandy.
because we're still doing Andrew's thing.
Nice. Fuck. How big is this thing?
He's like over 30 feet tall.
Oh, shit. Well, I'm gonna die if that thing's...
1v1.
I would think. At least I assume. But I also kind of do something about that root. Maybe getting rid of it.
This thing is a pretty big root.
Okay. God damn it. I don't know what to fucking do. Honestly, I have no idea. Ooh, hold on. I know. I wanna climb on him.
You want to climb on the pumpkin guy.
Yes.
Okay. You do realize that even if you're invisible, he will feel this.
How do you? He's got what? He's got nerves on his body.
He's a living, sentient thing, Andrew.
You know, just switch over to them while I think of a plan.
Okay, so we are going to zoom on over to our two lady spellcasters.
Question.
Yes.
Are there, what's the word, vines in the walls of this tunnel going towards the room?
Nope.
Okay, so
You guys have, made your way back through that tunnel that you guys went down. Like, you went to that left tunnel originally. You've made your way back to that central chamber with all of those big rocks that you were in before.
Okay.
Now, looking down that center tunnel that Shrebum went down, you actually see there is a faint glow coming from that direction, and you hear the sounds of running coming towards you.
I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna meld into the stone.
Okay.
You guys can handle this one without me.
I actually think I might have stuff. Let me double check.
Because I can't, we can't do our, flaming and wind wall thing because Andrew's in there and we would kill him.
I don't necessarily, I have an idea and I don't necessarily want to use fire because these guys have fire.
Mm-hmm.
I think I have the meld one. What's that called again?
Meld into stone.
Because Jake is still out there with our NPC guys, right?
Yeah, he's
So
back in the town.
If the pumpkins leave the hole, they can just take care of them.
You do have meld into stone, Riley.
I'll do that.
Okay, so you guys each just want to do your meld into stone thing?
Yeah, but I'm melding into a stone that's away from the commotion.
Okay. Yeah, there's a bunch of stones in that, original chamber.
Yeah, I'm melding into a stone that will not get destroyed.
Okay. Yeah, so as you guys kind of meld into these stones are pretty hot to the touch. You're not, getting burned or anything, but it's real uncomfortable, melding into the stone. Also, Annalise, that is your last 3rd level spell of the day.
Oh, damn. Okay, that's fine.
So you guys managed to kind of meld into the stone. You can still see what's going on, but you guys are completely hidden in the stone at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys see all these pumpkin guys come running down into this tunnel, turn towards that tunnel that you guys were running down before, and they just go on down that way and pass this chamber completely.
Oh, okay. Then, okay, I'm going to get out of the stone.
I'm
Okay?
gonna meld and haul ass.
Okay. Haul
Wait,
ass
what?
where?
Wait, no. Actually, I don't know if there's any more down there, so I'm gonna just quietly continue down the tunnel.
Okay. Which tunnel?
Wait. We should probably do something about all the pumpkins that are in that chamber now, because they're going to see that all their babies are dead, and they're going to get really mad and go after us. So I think we should do something about that first.
So, just to clarify, Riley, when you guys first came into the chamber, there was that chamber you guys walked into the crater, got to this chamber, and then it branched off into 3 tunnels.
I thought we were already in Andrew's tunnel.
No. You guys are back in the central chamber right now.
Okay. Then I feel like I would want to see if he's alive. So I'm probably gonna take a quiet little jog down his tunnel.
Okay. What are you doing, Annalise?
I'm going to go down the tunnel that all the pumpkins just ran down,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to do Thunder Wave.
Okay.
And I'm gonna. Well, how fast are they?
I mean, they were running down that tunnel.
So they would be more than 15 feet away from me.
Yeah.
Then never mind. I'm not gonna do that. Give me a few minutes.
Okay. So, Spog, are you just running down the tunnel, or are you going to wait on Nissa?
I'm gonna try to find shrub.
You're going to try and find trouble? Okay.
Good luck.
Alright, real quick. The camera zooms out of this tunnel, goes up into the sky above the temple, zooms across these waves of grain, and comes back down on the town of Ambersea, in which Alton Thorngage is playing cards with a bunch of 10-year-olds.
No, I don't have any crap cards with me.
And they're all taller than him.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, they probably are. So,
If they're all humans.
Alton, how's this game of BS going?
I'm getting crushed. Absolutely crushed.
Okay. On purpose?
No. Oh, wait, it's BS. I'd be absolutely
You are a very good liar, yeah.
Yeah, no,
I thought he was a horrible liar.
I'm actually a fantastic liar.
But when we were in town, you were telling people about all the stuff you did. And
Yeah, I just had a shitty roll.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I'm actually that's my whole thing, is just lying. So, I think I know I could beat all these kids real good,
Mm-hmm.
but something shitty just happened and they're kids, so I don't think I'm going to.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely intentionally losing.
Okay, cool. All right. So we'll say that you're getting through this game, and at this point, there's one kid who only has one card left.
Oh.
So it gets up to him, and he quickly or just quietly places his one card down and says, "1 jack." All right. Now, you can very clearly tell he's lying, Alton. Just absolutely very plainly. And there's a stack of probably 15 cards down here at this point.
Oh, God. Is the group of kids having fun?
Oh, yeah, they're definitely having a good time. And they're all, real nervous here because, little Billy is about to win.
Oh, no, I'm calling this fool.
Okay. All right, so...
I'm going to say... Actually, no. I don't need to be. I was going to get mean about it, but I'm going to just, I don't know how... What would be a... Oh... It's going to be a fun, playful way to call someone out, but I can't think of how to do one. I give him a look like, I know you're lying, and I'll just say it subtly.
All right. So you call him, and he just kind of gets all dejected, dang it, and he flips it over, and it's actually a 3. And so he gets has to pick up all the cards, and all the other kids just cheer because the game gets to keep on going.
Mm-hmm. No, actually, I'm just gonna keep playing as long as these kids want to play.
Alright, sounds good. So, the game continues, and our camera pans back up over the city, zooms on over to the temple, zooms down this crater, and we are back in that central chamber.
Okay, Spog. What are your attack, distance attack spells?
I think she's running down the tunnel.
Are you running?
Yeah, she was looking for
We're
trouble.
down a different tunnel.
I need you.
Bye.
Why would you do that? I need you.
She's independent.
Well then go to her because
Okay, so you're following her?
I'm chasing... Wait, no. No, I'm not following her. I am going down... let me ask if I can do this. Can I cast Spike Growth
Mm-hmm.
down where How far in front of me, if I like immediately chase them, are they?
They're probably like 40 or 50 feet further down that tunnel than you, but you can just cast it on the ground in front of you, and they'll have to come running back this direction eventually. So if you just want to block that tunnel off with spikes, you can do that.
Okay, then I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna go follow Riley.
Alrighty. Coolio. So yeah, we'll say you catch up to Spog pretty quick, and you guys start making your way on down this tunnel, and you also see a bright light at the end of the tunnel, just like this orange glow.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, Shrubum, you do actually see. Well, no, you're in the chamber, right?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. You're not in the tunnel. So yeah, you guys start making your way. Do you still have your Christmas lights on?
Ooh, I bet I would. Yeah. Probably.
Okay, so you have these these Christmas lights on, these multicolored lights, and Shrubum, as you're in the chamber, you actually see a bunch of multicolored lights kind of shining in through that tunnel.
Ah, beans. I don't do anything.
Have I hit a point where there's vines in the wall yet?
There's roots. There's not really vines.
Are the roots to the tree?
Yes.
Or are they pumpkin roots?
No, they're like tree roots.
Huh. Since there is a light source and I don't know what it's coming from,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna probably go ahead and do a perception check real quick.
Okay.
It's like close, but
Yeah, you guys aren't quite into that chamber yet, but you see like a pretty bright light ahead of you.
okay, that's an 8 plus whatever it would be.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you can't really see where this light source is coming from. Just as you look down the chamber, you can see there is a pretty bright light. To the point that, like, the room ahead of you is pretty plainly illuminated. So you would be able to see without your Christmas lights on.
Well, in that case, I would pop them off and tuck them away.
Okay, cool. Alright, so you guys are just running through this tunnel?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
What about full speed running, but probably like a brisk pace?
Okay. So, Shrubum, as you're kind of walking around in this room, suddenly you see that giant pumpkin stops digging out that root above you and actually slowly turns and looks over at that tunnel.
Nice.
We just destroyed all their babies, so
Alright.
I'll be afraid of us.
So, you guys make it into this tunnel, Spog and Nissa. You guys make it into the tunnel, and as you look in, you see this massive pumpkin, over 30 feet tall, with arms that are just thick as tree trunks. And this thing just looks directly at you guys. And, in Sylvan, which only Nissa speaks, you just hear it yell, "Intruders."
Mm.
So this thing is not attacking you, but it is looking at you guys angrily.
Excuse me. For the create water, I can create up to 10 gallons of water.
Oh, I'm sorry, 10 gallons of water.
Or I
Okay.
can make waterfall as rain in 30 feet.
Okay.
Do you remember, I left my phone upstairs, but do you remember the range on inflict damage?
On inflict damage?
Yeah, or inflict wounds or something. It's necrotic damage. It was a level 1 spell. I just don't remember.
One spell? Let me look.
It said within range, so I know it's not a touch spell, but I don't know what the range is.
Inflict wounds. You make a melee spell attack.
Huh?
It's a melee attack.
What's that mean?
So you have to be right up next to him.
Oh, okay.
But again, this thing has not attacked you guys.
I still fear death. I am not ready.
So as this thing looks at you guys, it again just booms, only in Sylvan, "What are you doing in my home?"
I just look at Annalie.
I'm gonna talk to it. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna tell him your plant friends, your pumpkin friends, are destroying towns and crops and people, and that's unacceptable. We need to know why.
So he just kind of pauses and like looks at you for a moment and goes, "Unacceptable? This is what we were bred to do.
By who?
By the Creator.
Who is that?
The Creator!
Where is he?
Lord and
He's just just absolutely dumbfounded by these questions, doesn't really know how to answer these questions, honestly.
Is Annalise, are you telling me what he's saying, or are you just talking to him and having a moment?
I'm just having a moment with him right now.
Okay.
He just goes, "This is irrelevant. You are trespassing in our home."
And you have already trespassed in our home. You made the first move.
Bitch.
He's like, "Be that as it may, I cannot let you come into my home without punishment."
And we're giving you punishment for coming into our home, killing innocent people, and destroying food.
He just goes, "Very well. So it shall be."
Then I guess, we gotta fight this bro.
And, so yeah, I guess
you know what I'm gonna do?
Well, hold on, we gotta roll initiative.
Oh no! Wait,
I'm sorry, we gotta roll initiative. Now, since Shrubum...
What do I add? Wait, what do I add to my initiative?
I don't know. There should be a number that just says initiative.
Oh.
And Shrubum, since you are invisible, you get a surprise round.
Yay!
Alright, so Shrubum will be up first, then the Giant Pumpkin, then Spog, and then Nissa. Shrubum, what are you doing on your surprise round?
Huh, poop. I feel like there's no way we can fucking kill this thing, because it's so big. But, can I want to get right underneath him, and I want to light a torch and hold it underneath him.
Okay, so just a reminder from last time.
Yeah.
These guys did seem to be resistant to fire.
Oh, really? But we just burned all these pumpkin things.
Yeah, you burned all the vines, but the actual, pumpkin guys, they have fire, inside their pumpkin heads.
Oh, ho, ho. Well, then. I... poop. Well, I think,
Everything you do, is messing with my strategies. You keep getting so close to them.
I mean... Fuck, man. I don't know. I feel like attacking it would really be a stupid thing to do. Yeah, fuck it. Alright, I'm just gonna go over to the other side of the room that Annalise and Spog are on. So essentially, he's in the middle, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna essentially, flank him. I'm just gonna go behind him while his back's turned, and I'm gonna shoot him with a dazzle ray.
Okay, give me an attack roll.
Shit. 15.
Okay, so you actually fired this dazzle ray, and it just kind of glances off of him a little bit, and just goes up to the ceiling, hits the ceiling, and just knocks some dirt loose, and it falls on his head.
Ha!
And then so he just kind of looks up at this dirt, and he got hit in the back, so he just kind of turns and looks at you now. And then, Nissa, you hear him yell again, "Another intruder!" So, next up is the big old pumpkin boy, who is now focused on Shrubum. He is going to run over towards Shrubum and give him a big old smackaroo.
I don't want that.
Well, that definitely lands on you, Shrubum. So you take... Where is that die? Right there. 14 damage as he just slams you with one of his giant arms.
Okay.
Alright, he is going to swing another slam attack at you.
Oh, what? He gets 2?
Yes, he does.
Oh.
This one also lands, and you take another 7 damage.
Oh, poop.
So yeah, Shrubum has just gotten slammed 2 times real bad by this big guy.
Ow!
Well, it's more like you just got smacked with a giant tree. Alright, so next up is, I believe, Spog. Yep, Spog is up.
Yeah, I made it dumb. I knew what I should have
So
done.
he's facing away from me because you just hit Andrew.
Yes.
So I'm gonna go up and grab his ankle and do a level 2 of the necrotic damage where it's like
Inflict
3d10.
wounds?
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember that it was 2d10 if it's a level 2, and then another d10 for everyone above that, or something like that.
It's actually 3d10 as a basic one. Then you add a d10 for every level you do up.
I'm gonna do 4d10s.
All right. You have to make a melee spell attack against him.
What do I do?
You're gonna roll a d20, and I think you add like +8 or something like that to it because you have a really high spell attack bonus.
That's a 19 plus 8, so that's a 17.
Check your math there.
Wait,
19 plus 8.
Is not 17.
give me a second. It's been a
It's
piano
27.
music?
It's a 27. You're good.
Piano music?
All right. Well, give me 4d10 of damage.
2, 7, 4, 9.
22 damage. All right, so you grab onto this guy's ankle, and just like this green energy kind of shoots into him, and he lets out like a roar of pain as those like it's basically like tree vine legs start to kind of wilt around where you touched him. Alrighty. So, okay, cool. Next up is Nissa.
I'm going to attempt to charm him.
Okay.
So he has to do a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, what's your spell save DC? That's going to be on your magic page.
Oh lord, what? 15.
15. He has to do a wisdom one.
Yeah.
He succeeds.
Damn it.
So
Is that all I could do?
yeah, that is your one action. Unless you can move.
No.
Okay. So he is unfortunately not charmed. All right. So next up is Shrubum, who has just gotten beat up by a giant pumpkin.
Yep, I learned my lesson. I'm going to go presto, 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 and I'm going to cast Mirror Image on myself.
Okay.
3 duplicates spring out from my body and surround me.
Okay. Nice.
And that's
Are the
my
3
action.
duplicates also like wincing in pain?
Yes.
I just imagine like all of them can talk independently, and so Shrubum's just like, oh fuck, and like all of these guys come out and they're all just like groaning in pain and just like cussing. All right. Cool. So, next up is the Pumpkin Boy. The Pumpkin Boy is going to look down at Spog, who just attacked his ankles, and is going to attempt to squash you. Alright, he does land that.
No.
You take 8 damage as this guy squashes you. And you're going to have to succeed on a strength saving throw or be knocked prone.
Okay, so that's...
It's like a d20. I think yours is like +2 or 3.
That's 15 or 16. If it's
Okay.
fair.
Yeah, either one does not succeed. So you are knocked prone.
What does that mean?
You are laying down. It's easier for people to hit you, and you have to use half your movement just to get up. But yeah, so you have been squashed. Alright, next up is Spog, who has just been squashed.
I'm gonna get up
Mm-hmm.
and try to run underneath him, behind him, to confuse him.
Okay.
And-
Anything else?
Nope, just gonna ratatouille on him, just run away.
Okay. Alright, so we are actually going to take a momentary break from the fight. So, the camera zooms out from the chamber, flies up above the temple, flies across miles of wheat, and zooms back in on Ambersea, where dear Alton Thorngage is playing BS with a bunch of children.
And we're all fucking hammered.
No?
Okay.
So, as you're sitting there, Alton, the game is actually nearly drawing to a close. One kid only has 2 cards left, and he plays them down and says 2 8s.
Are there other like kids and people still kind of around?
Yeah, I mean, there's other people kind of like doing their thing, but like pretty much all the kids are with you. The other people are kind of like tending to the chaos.
Do you think the kids would enjoy a 1,000 ball bearing pickup?
Probably not. But real quick, this kid did just play his final 2 cards and said 2 8s. Why don't you give me an insight check to see if you can tell if he's lying.
It's a 19.
Okay, so you stare at this guy, and this kid just stares right back at you, and you guys are just having this intense stare-off, and finally, you see one of his eyes just twitch ever so slightly.
And I'm gonna let it go, I think.
You're gonna let it go?
Yeah.
Alright, no one else calls him on it, and this kid has just won the game of BS. And all the other kids start kind of cheering for him and stuff like that. And he's just like, yeah! Just celebrating his victory. And he just flips him over and goes, they weren't even 8s. One was a 3 and one was a 9.
You got me. That's...
Alright. And so these kids are definitely just celebrating that they just, beat an adventurer in BS and stuff like that. And the guy in the jack-o'-lantern mask actually comes over to you and he goes, that was a good idea.
I figured it was the best I could do considering I wasn't much help with the fire.
And he just kind of nods and he goes, well, you did help a lot. You kept the kids safe, you kept them entertained, and you kept them calm when everything was crazy.
I just thought about in my childhood when I used to play cards with my family.
Okay. And he goes, well, it was a good idea. I tell you what, how about you follow me back to Lakeside? We get a drink.
Yes, sir.
And the town has kind of started getting their stuff together. They're kind of organizing, and Neros and Kemlin are kind of taking over. They mentioned they had a plan to fireproof the town, so they are kind of getting things organized with that. And Kemlin kind of catches up to you and is like, "Hey, listen, we got this. We appreciate you keeping the kids entertained, but we've got it from here."
Also, is it plausible that I could sign a card and give it to each kid I was playing with?
Sure, if you want.
I don't know if they care at all, but I'm just gonna try, if that makes sense.
So what do you say to these kids exactly?
Oh, I'll just be like, Honestly, I think I'm just gonna sign the cards and hand it to the kids and be like, stay strong.
Okay. So you kind of do that to the first one, and then the next kid is like, can we just have the cards?
That's probably a better idea. And I just hand them the whole deck.
And they just get all excited, and they're like, thank you! And they go off and start playing some card games of their own.
Alright, I stand there and I look somewhat defeated, because I was outsmarted by a 10-year-old child.
And the guy in the jack-o'-lantern mask, as you walk back over to him, just kind of pats you on the back and goes, hey, it happens to the best of us. Wisdom spills from the mouth of babes and whatnot.
Yeah, I'm just ready for that drink.
I hear you there. Alright, so you guys start walking on back over to Lakeside, and the camera zooms back out in the air, zooms back on over to the crater, flies on through the tunnels, back into the chamber, where our 3 dear spellcasters are fighting a giant pumpkin.
Ooh.
So, Spog just ran underneath this thing's legs, tried to ratatouille him. And so they are now on the other side of the pumpkin, and the pumpkin's looking in between his legs, trying to follow them. So the top of his head is kind of exposed.
Oh, I see. Can I do entangle?
Let me look up how that works. Just because this guy is pretty big.
Grasping weeds and vines sprout from the ground in a 20-foot square, starting from a point within range. For the duration, these plants turn the ground in the area into difficult terrain. A creature in the area, when you cast the spell, must succeed on a strength saving throw or be restrained by entangling plants until the spell ends. A creature restrained by the plants can use its action to make a strength check against your spell save DC. On a success, it frees itself.
Okay,
and the spell ends the conjured plant spell. So it's basically trapped until it saves itself.
Okay, yeah, sure, we can do that. So, you say a few words of power, and a bunch of vines just come shooting out of the ground and just kind of wrap around this guy's big arms and legs, kind of like he's just getting tied up a little bit, basically. Alright, so next up is Shrubum and his duplicates.
Yeah. I'm going to take some rope out of my backpack, and I want to try and tie it around this thing's legs.
Why? He's already okay.
Why what?
He's tangled up by vines.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
I was gonna say it's kind of redundant.
I had that idea in my head, and I was just waiting for it. But yeah, didn't catch up.
If anything, I would try to attack him because
Yeah, well, that's what I'm going to do.
he can't move against you.
I'm going to do Shocking Grasp, and I'm going to electrocute him.
Okay, give me an attack roll.
I think I actually just do it. Actually, no, hold on. I make a melee spell attack.
Yeah.
Nice. I still have my spell attack bonus, even though it's
Yeah, that's just your attack modifier.
okay. That's what I thought. 22.
Okay, that does land. Give me some damage.
Bingo. Nice. 13.
13. Okay, so you lay your hands on this guy and zap him a little bit, but the electricity doesn't really like travel through him very well. He's made out of like dirt and plants and stuff like that, so it does singe him a little bit, but it doesn't quite like arc up around him and stuff. Like it just kind of bounces a little bit and then kind of fizzles out.
Gotcha.
Alright, next up is the big boy. So he is all tangled up in these vines, and he's kind of tangled up sort of awkwardly because he was looking like in between his legs. So he's basically like standing on all fours right now in a very awkward position. So I'm actually going to give him disadvantage on this strength check. What does he need again? What's your DC, Annalise?
Oh, 15.
Okay. Okay. Alright, so he actually tries to like pull himself up and break free of these vines, and your vines start like straining, but then he just kind of gets like jerked back down and he's still stuck.
Okay.
Alright, next up is Spog.
I'm going to. Training. I'm gonna go ahead and whip out the flame. No, not the flame blade. I forgot he's fire. That's redundant. Oh, I'll do another. The one I just did where he
Inflict wounds?
like that.
Okay.
But I'll do it as just like the base level one.
Okay, so give me an attack roll first.
14.
What was it?
14.
Did you add your bonus already?
Oh no, what was the bonus?
I think your bonus is like +6, +7, something like that. So you're good.
Then it's, yeah.
Yeah, you land it. Give me some damage. 3d10.
5, 8, and another 8.
Nice. So 21 more damage. So you again touch your hands to him, and this green electricity kind of arcs into his body, and those like the place where you touch again just starts to wilt and decay, and he lets out like another scream of pain as you do so. All right, next up is Nissa.
Cool. He's still. Did we hurt him at all yet?
Yeah, he's been pretty hurt.
Okay, I'm going to make flaming sphere.
Okay.
I'm
So
going
just a
to
reminder,
cast it directly next-
Annalise. These guys are resistant to fire.
Oh. Never mind then. I'm gonna cast Moonbeam
Okay.
on him, so the
Okay.
cylinder of Moonbeam light is gonna be like in him.
Okay.
So he has to. Or it starts its turn there. He is engulfed in ghostly flames that cause searing pain and must make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
He takes 2d10 damage on a failed save and 1d10 damage on a successful one.
All right. Let me do the save real quick. Okay, he very much fails that because I rolled a 1.
Oh, so that means do I get like extra?
No, it's just gonna do the 2d10.
Okay. 7.
7? Okay.
Yeah, I didn't do well.
It's all good. So the
That could've been so
cylinder
much
of
better.
bright, brilliant light comes, down into the tunnel and just kind of blasts through him. And this actually, cuts through his body and stuff. Like, you're messing him up pretty good. And he kind of yells in pain as he is seared for 7 points of damage. All right. And then also, I believe when he starts his turn in that, he takes another 2d10.
Okay. Yes, he does.
Now, just be careful, Spog and Shrubum, because if you guys walk into this, you take damage as well.
Yeah, don't do that.
Alright, Shrubum, you are up.
Hell yeah. Alright, now I'm just going to cast a Dazzle Ray at him.
Okay.
Dang it. I did not get that.
Okay. So, next up is the big pumpkin boy. Okay, I gotta do another Constitution saving throw. Okay, he fails that one as well. So give me 2 more D10 of damage, Annalise.
$13.
13? Damn. Okay, so he gets seared for 13 more points of damage. He's getting messed up here. Alright, he's going to try and break free of those vines. He does succeed that time.
Dang it. Well, he's still in the,
Yeah. But
still in the light.
he breaks free of that. Let me see here. I forget if that like counts as like his whole action. Yep, that's his whole action.
So he's still, so on his next turn, he's still going to get 2d10.
Yeah, because I think he is gonna just kind of stand there and like kind of like get his bearings. He's trying to like tear all his limbs free of these vines, so he is freed and can move next turn. But he's still in the cylinder for another turn. Spog, what are you doing?
I can move the beam up to 60 feet in any direction at the beginning of my turn as well.
Okay, cool.
So if he moves out of it, I can just put him back in it.
Gotcha. Spog, what are you doing?
All of my like fun spells are fire-based.
That is an issue with being a priest of the flames.
I'm just gonna step a little bit further away from him as I see him starting to break out of the vines.
Okay.
That's my move.
Alrighty. So at the end of your turn, he actually just kind of like lets out this roar, and he actually just like tears pumpkins off of his body and just throws them. When they land on the ground,
Oh no.
they start like kind of like sucking up the roots, like bits of the roots and stuff around him, like some of the dirt, and form arms and legs, and actually make 3 pumpkin warriors.
Why?
So there are 2 of them right over by you guys, Spog and Shrubum, and another one over by Nissa. Alright, Shrubum, you are up.
I'm going to find another Dazzle Ray, the big one.
Okay.
Fuck. I rolled the exact same thing. So I got nothing.
That sucks. I'm sorry, man. Next up is the big guy. He succeeds on the save, so he only takes 1d10.
Okay. Okay. 6.
6. Alright, so he takes 6 more damage. He is actually going to look down at Spog and Shrubum. And he actually just kind of like takes a big breath in, and then just spits a bunch of seeds at you guys.
No.
Can I take my seeds out of my pocket and throw them back at him?
On your turn, sure. But just so you guys know, he spits these seeds in a 60-foot cone, and you guys have to make a dexterity saving throw.
What does that mean?
You don't have to do it, Annalise, because you're not
Oh,
in range. But yeah, Shrubum and Spog make a dexterity saving throw. Spog, we're just going to say you add, I don't know, 3 to yours?
16 then.
Okay.
Well, I just rolled a 3.
Okay.
So I rolled a 3 literally 3 times in a row. That's what I keep getting.
Alright.
That's some like devil shit. You're
Yeah.
So you guys take 5d8 of damage.
Oh,
both of them.
Yep.
that's so much.
That's a lot of damage.
You guys take 19 damage as you're just hit with a barrage of these seeds.
Do you know what my status would have been at the beginning of this? Because I have no idea.
We'll say you had 60 HP. Because I don't think you took a whole lot of damage.
Cool. I'm unconscious.
Okay, Shrubum is unconscious.
Wait, you have 60 HP with damage?
No, to start out at the beginning of the game, and then I lost 8 initially, and then how much did I lose this time?
Okay, so yeah, you took 19 damage. So you have around like 30 HP, I think?
Wait, but your HP was 68 to begin with?
No, 60.
Oh, 60.
We're gonna guess. Because I don't have my.
We'll just say you have 33 HP. So just keep track of that somewhere. Alright, so Shrebum has been knocked unconscious. Next up is
All my clones
Spock.
disappear.
Can I have my movement be me throwing my pocket seeds back at him?
Sure.
I'm gonna throw my pocket seeds back at him.
That's actually his weakness, and he explodes.
Hey, you said if we say it, we do it.
No, that's for you guys.
That's not fair.
Yep.
Oh, I just want to be like, no, I'm gonna save that for later.
Real quick, you might want to heal your buddy who was knocked unconscious.
Yeah.
Because given Andrew's luck, I do not think he's going to do well on these saves.
Yeah, I'll probably die. Shrebum can't die. He's one of my favorites.
Okay. I'm gonna do Cure Wounds on Andrew.
Okay.
So it's 1d8 plus my spellcasting ability modifier.
What level spell are you casting it as?
I'll do 2.
Okay, so you're going to roll 2d8 and add your spell casting ability modifier. So I think that's like, we'll say it's plus 5 or something like that, I think.
Okay, I rolled a 5 and a 6. That's 16 plus a 5.
5 and a 6 is an 11.
Plus the 5 is 16.
Oh, okay. So you heal 16 HP, Shrebum.
Whoa!
I don't know if that wakes him up.
I'm back, baby.
Alright, Nissa, you are up next.
Oh.
Barely.
Let's. Oh God.
Oh, also, because you were knocked unconscious, you get to roll for a permanent injury!
No, I don't want to do that.
Ew! Wow.
Okay.
Alright, Andrew, roll a D100 for me real quick.
Pick out what your scar is, Jake.
Huh?
It was established last game. You have to pick out what your scar is.
Oh.
79.
79. You have an internal injury. Whenever you attempt an action in combat, you must make a DC 15 Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, you lose your action and can't use reactions until the start of your next turn. The injury heals if you receive magical healing, or if you spend 10 days doing nothing but resting.
That's
Okay, that's not too
horrible.
bad. I thought that was going to be... Yeah, no, that's fine. I like that one.
That's fine. There's
Yeah,
like a
'cause I
good
can
chance
cure
you
it.
can't do anything. I
Yeah.
guess.
That means I can get rid of it, though. I thought that was going to be forever. If it was forever, yes, that's bullshit. If Riley heals me once, then I'm fine.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so...
I have a permanent scar that hurts my lying ability.
well, actually, I mean, you can get that fixed. It's just a scar. It can be healed. Alright, Nissa, what are you doing?
Where is he?
He's still, like, in the center of the room. Over by Shrebum and
Can I
Spawn.
move my moonbeam?
He's still in the moonbeam.
Oh, he's still in the moonbeam.
Yeah, he's a fat boy. It's hard for him to get out of it.
Okay, then I want to do poison spray, I think, on him.
Okay. So...
Oh wait, there's a little bro in front of me, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna do poison spray on the little man.
On the little man? Okay.
Yes.
They have to do a Constitution saving throw. That's definitely not good. So give me 2d12 of damage.
22.
22. Alright. Let me see here. I think... Alright, yeah, he got real fucked up by that poison. And is like coughing and hacking and stuff like that. Just kind of generally not doing so good because you just sprayed poison all over him. Alright, next up are the little pumpkin boys. One of them is kind of getting fucked up by that poison. So I'm going to give him disadvantage on this attack. Okay, that doesn't land. One's going to attack Shrebum.
Oh,
Shrebum, you do get hit.
okay, I'm down. Again.
Maybe not, because you just got healed like 19. Or, what was it, like 16?
Yeah.
So you should have 16 HP.
No, because I had negative HP.
You don't go to negative HP in D&D.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. But you do take 6 damage. as this guy slams you. And then one's going to attack Spog. That one misses. Alright, so next up is Shrub'em. What you doing, Shrub'em?
Oh yeah, sorry. I'm gonna use my movement to sort of run away to somewhere. That's,
Okay, that will provoke an attack of opportunity.
oh fuck. Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
It's fine. It's worth it. I'm gonna get crushed next time anyway.
Okay, so you take 4 damage as this guy slams you as you're running away.
Ow. Cool. And so I just want to get far enough away so they can't melee attack me. But
Okay.
then I'm gonna shoot a dazzle ray at the big guy.
Okay, give me an attack
Hopefully I
roll.
land one this time. Okay, yes, I got that. That's what is that? 26.
Okay, that does land. Give me some damage.
Hell yeah. 18.
18 damage?
Yeah.
What?
That's 2d10.
Oh, okay. Alright,
Which-
well, since it is a fire-based attack, he does resist a little bit of that damage. Alright,
We said it wasn't because Riley had the same fucking thing.
but I thought it was still flaming damage.
Oh. I thought of it just sort of like energy. Whereas like kinetic energy. But yeah, no, we can fire's fine.
Okay, I thought we were just changing it, like, aesthetically.
Okay,
Alright,
yeah.
so big guy is up. He's going to slam Spog. Where's his stats?
Wait, isn't he still in the light?
Yes, Constitution saving throw. He fails. 2d10.
9.
Takes 9 damage. Okay.
Not very well.
That's still a good hit. He's going to attempt to slam Spog. Oh! He fails. So, he actually misses entirely. He got a 1, and so he actually slams the Pumpkin Warrior next to you and crushes him instantly.
Yes.
Then he tries to attack you again. Hold on. And misses with that one as well. He's not doing so good. He is just missing all over the place. Spog, you are up.
Alright, my phone died, so I don't have my spells, so I'm going to blast on over to my buddy Andrew. What's going on around him right now?
He ran away from everybody.
I'll go over to him and do another healing.
Okay, if you run away, that will promote an attack of opportunity.
Okay, he's on a losing streak. I
Okay.
feel like I don't remember what my role is for that.
You don't roll at all. He just gets to attack you for free.
I didn't make a Constitution saving throw. I just realized that because of my injury.
Oh, right. It's
Isn't
fine. We'll do
Yeah.
it. We'll do it next turn.
It is technically any action, right?
Yeah. We'll do it next turn. So he is going to lash out at you with vines, and I actually need you to make a dexterity saving throw. So roll a d20, and I think we said add 3.
Okay. 15.
All right, so you were actually wrapped up in vines and held in place. So
Loving
you
it.
cannot roll. You cannot run over to Shrub'em.
Oh, you're on your own, Annalie.
I mean, you can still make an attack here. You're just like trapped in place, or you're restrained.
She alive? She's alive. Let me. Oh.
Let me
Am I
double check here because you're restrained. So I just gotta check and see if you can. do something.
Yeah. Like, are my own?
Restrained creature's speed becomes 0 and it can't benefit from any bonus to its speed. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and the creature's attacks rolls have disadvantage. Okay, so you can still attack.
I can still attack.
Yep.
How thick are the vines?
They're just kind of like ropes, basically.
Kind of like ropes, and are there like a lot?
Yes, there's a decent amount.
So a knife would not, or like a dagger would not be a good.
No, you could try and cut through them with a dagger.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay, give me an attack roll.
15 plus what's the bonus?
Yeah,
Like-
you land either way. And then go ahead and give me some damage. I think a dagger is a D6, and I think your bonus is like +4, +3. We'll just say +3.
An 8.
8? Okay. So you actually managed to slice all of these vines off of you. This dagger cuts through these vines like butter, actually.
Yeah, but
And you notice that this giant pumpkin guy, his limbs are actually made out of a lot of the same vines that you just sliced through.
hold up. Has this been the secret this whole fucking time? I'm gonna scream, hey guys, the vines are really easy to cut, just so it's common knowledge.
Okay. Alright, so next up is Nissa.
Okay.
So, just to translate, just so you guys know what's going on, basically what Spog just discovered and shared with you guys is he has a vulnerability to slashing damage. So slashing damage deals double damage against this guy.
The big bro?
Yes.
Do
Oh.
I have any sort of slashing? I don't think I have any sort of slashing thing.
What kind of weapons do you have?
I have club, thorn whip, and poison spray.
Okay, yeah, so unfortunately you do not have any slashing damage.
No. So I guess I'll just do entangle again,
Okay.
since he's out of there.
Alright, he is tangled on up. Alright, so the warrior that poisoned you is going to attack you with disadvantage because he's poisoned, and another one is going to run over towards Shrubum. Spog, you get an attack of opportunity with your dagger.
Oh, I'm gonna slice at him.
Okay, roll a d20.
$15.
Okay. Coolio, that does land. Give me some damage.
What do I roll? 10?
D6 plus 4, and then double it.
18.
18. Okay, so yeah, you slice one of this guy's legs clean off, like in one fell swoop. Alright, next up is Shrubum.
All right. I don't have any slashing weapons.
Okay.
I'm just a magic boy. Well, actually, I have a dagger that's piercing.
You can do slashing with the dagger.
Dagger right now, yeah.
Yeah, but it only does 1d4 damage. So,
It's doubled.
yeah. I'm just going to keep shooting with another dazzle ray. It's the
Okay.
best thing I can do. Bingo, got it. Nice. Nice. 7.
7. Alright. So you hit him with this dazzle ray.
Actually, 1 second before I do that.
Oh, you're-
No, that doesn't happen because I clench my ribs and
Internal injury.
do nothing.
Alright, well, actually, as we get to this guy's turn, he attempts to, well, first, Constitution saving throw. Fails it, takes 2d10.
15.
Oh, damn. Alright, so as he takes this damage, he quickly tears himself free of those vines and moves out of your moonbeam, and he actually just yells, "I yield." Now, only Nissa understands this.
He healed what?
He says, I yield.
Oh, okay.
He just kind of like pauses and looks at you guys and goes, I need you to translate.
Okay, then I yell at everyone to stop what they're doing and stop attacking.
Mm-hmm.
And I say he yields.
Yeah, and his warriors stop as well.
I say that he wants me to translate.
And now, as you guys are standing here, his other warriors actually come running into the room, the ones that ran off before, and they're kind of standing at the entrance, and he's just heaving, like just breathing incredibly heavy, and he goes, We yield, you may leave. If you leave now, I will make all of my warriors stand down. You will have no more trouble from us.
I say, why are you doing this? Can you tell us?
I don't want to die, so I am willing to let you all go.
You will die if you don't tell me.
What?
Boom.
What?
Why is he doing what?
I said you will die if you
No,
don't
why
tell me.
I misunderstood. I thought you were saying why is he letting you go?
No.
What
No.
are you asking him?
I'm asking why he's been, just like this whole deal, why he's been sending his pumpkin people to go destroy towns and crops and people, and who the creator is. I want him to tell me everything.
Okay. Well, like as you ask him, like why are they going out? He just kind of pauses for a moment and just goes, "We are trying to clear a home for ourselves. These ones up above do not respect nature as they should, and so we are removing them so we may have our home."
Oh, that's sad. That's sad. I feel bad now. Can I ask who the creator is?
He just kind of, pauses for a moment and goes, "Do you know who created you?"
Do I?
Love each other very much.
I mean, I am like very entangled with the god of earth.
The short answer is basically he doesn't know. He just knows someone created him.
Okay. Well, now I feel like I want to help him. Okay.
Also, you're
I tell him to
translating
hang
this
on
for
a
everyone
minute.
else, right?
Yes.
Okay, so
Tell him to
Spog
hang
and
on a
Shrubum,
minute.
you know what you're doing. Like, you know what's going on as well.
Because I'm
I
translating.
slowly take the small pumpkin out of my pocket.
Why?
Just a reminder, I still have the baby and the dagger, just in case.
Okay.
That's
I'll
dark.
raise it as my own.
Can we help them find their own land? Geographically?
Live.
Are
live
you
along-
asking me or asking them?
I'm asking you.
I mean, that is something you could potentially do, yes.
Yes, that's what I want to do. I ask the group if that's okay.
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
But yes.
Okay. I say I want to help them. Because I am a patron of the god of the earth, so I understand their troubles because I feel the same way. And I say that, you might need land, but that does not, give you the right to destroy another person's home.
And, he just kind of looks at you and goes, "The ones up above do not have the right to destroy all of nature like this. They have cut down trees. They have destroyed homes of animals, all for their fields. They have let this temple fall into absolute abandon. They have let it fall to ruin. They have left the great tree, all for their fields of grain."
Their fields feed their children so that they can live and survive. Their destruction of the land is no different than your destruction of them for living.
Their destruction of the land has destroyed the home of hundreds of animals, thousands of animals.
I will either help you find your own land, or I will kill you. 2 options. Pick one.
And he goes, "If there is a place we can go, we will leave."
Okay. Then we're gonna help. We're gonna help this bro. We're
Okay.
gonna help pumpkin
I
people.
feel like until then, until we find a place that they're good to go, they should stay down here and mind their business.
Mind you.
I don't think that's a good idea. I think having pumpkin monsters on our side is gonna be advantageous.
Are we going to be able to casually walk them around like cities with us, though? This guy's
Well, I think we should bring them back to, Jake and the others and everything like that.
apologize.
I think we should go back and have them explain what's happening, that they're upset that the people have forgotten. Just have, tell them everything that the pumpkin people told us.
But if you think about their perspective, something just came in and more than likely massacred some people, along with burning down their hall or whatever that building was. And so they're going to see them, and then they're going to riot.
Then we should have them wait on the outskirts of town for us to go in. And,
Shrubum, you want to weigh in at all?
Why don't we go tell them what they said?
I'm worried that if we leave
You
them,
almost killed
then they're
me.
just going. I'm worried that if we leave them, then they're just going to go back to destroying and killing.
Show him the
So we
wand
have to
and be
take
like,
their
"I'm-"
leader with us. Does that make
Can't you
sense?
get out of the cave?
Yes, he can.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have to take their leader with us. Because if we just let him there, he's just gonna make more pumpkins and then keep killing. So we have to take
Ooh,
them
wait.
here with us,
Can
and
they?
then have someone maybe stay back with him as we go into the village and explain what's happening and explain their side to it. Because I mean, it is the people's fault.
Tyler,
Yes.
I remember Stephanie's character, like her type of creature that she is, can do those like
This is a diplomacy situation.
but they have like a spell thing where it's like
The blood
they hit
oaths?
like a star. Yeah, can they do
Yeah,
those?
that's an orcish thing.
Do you guys understand what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I understand. I just don't know. I mean, fuck it, whatever. That's fun.
I mean, we can try that.
Yeah.
If people don't just start killing all of them.
It would go against like my character's just like beliefs, since I am like a patron of the god of the earth, to just destroy these people because their cause is kind of my cause.
Fair enough.
I
As
worship
long
the
as
god.
they don't have to fight anymore, I can go see a doctor.
Yeah. Can I explain to them that like I'm the a patron of the god of the earth and that
Yeah, we'll just say you communicate all that.
Okay.
And the king pumpkin guy, he does he kind of nods, but he pauses for a moment and goes, "I don't know that the ones up above would be a very big fan of me appearing like this. Give me just one moment."
Okay.
And he actually like reaches into his mouth, pulls out a seed, and just plants it in the ground, and that fire inside his like big pumpkin just goes out.
Okay, so that was a vessel.
So then like another pumpkin kind of grows out of the ground, and this time he's just like a regular sized pumpkin person.
Like a little pumpkin dude?
Yes, like one of the warrior looking guys.
Okay. Can we make him look less menacing?
I mean, you guys could like put clothes on him or something if you wanted, but like I don't know what you mean by like less menacing.
I'll give him my Christmas lights.
Okay.
Okay, you give him Christmas lights, and I can use the flower staff to make flowers grow on him.
Or how about we just tie him up so he doesn't have arms? So it'll look like he's detained, even though he's not really. But it'll like
No,
look
he just put himself in a more vulnerable body for us to
in
trust
her
him.
favor. Okay, it's not that deep. I don't care.
He just put himself in a more vulnerable body. We have to make him seem less menacing because he's now agreed to go with us.
So we'll kind of fast forward through this next part. You guys make him look less menacing. He has flowers, he has Christmas lights, and you guys make it back to the town. As you guys meet with the mayor is definitely just like absolutely enraged about this whole thing, but you guys kind of communicate with them that they really just want to find a better home. They want to find a place where nature is not being destroyed and stuff like that. And the town does kind of realize they have, they let that temple fall into disrepair, and so they did kind of earn the wrath of the nature god and stuff like that. So they agree to stop being so slash and burn about their farming and stuff like that, and they'll, try and fix up the temple if the pumpkins all agree to leave. They do kind of come to a tenuous agreement and stuff like that. So the pumpkins have agreed to leave. So you guys can eventually find a home for these pumpkins. They're just going to hang out in that cave until then. They have agreed to not breed more pumpkins.
Is the pumpkin leader gonna just come with us until we find a place for them?
He would prefer to stay with his brood until then, but he has agreed that he will stay in this form until then.
Okay, and I can send an animal messenger whenever we find a place.
Okay, that works.
I communicate that to the pumpkin guy.
Okay, that sounds good. And he agrees to that, and you guys have solved this whole issue. By the way, for fighting the Pumpkin King, you guys are going to be getting 4,000 experience.
Oh my lord.
Everyone except Jake. Now, Annalise, if you need to call it quits for the night, that is totally okay, but the rest of you guys, I do want to do one last little like cutscene thing for you guys. Annalise, if you want to stick around for this, it'll take like a couple minutes.
Okay. Do I have to do anything?
No, you don't have to do anything.
Okay, then I'll stick around and listen.
Alright, so this whole ordeal has kind of taken a while, getting everything organized, and it is actually now the last night of Passage Nights. As you guys make your way on back to town after things have kind of been organized and stuff like that, Neros and Kemlin actually mentioned that Alton went back to Lakeside with that mysterious stranger with the water cannon things. And they say that, like, you can find them in town. They're going to stick around with this town and kind of, finish up what they were doing. So you guys make your way on back to Lakeside. You find the tavern that you were directed to, and you find Alton and this mysterious stranger are, in this tavern, enjoying drinks with each other and just kind of, talking things out. And as you approach, the guy kind of looks at you and goes, "Ah, your friends are here." And he kind of looks down at you, Alton.
Bonjour.
So he kind of looks at you guys, and he goes, "Well, it's a pleasure to finally meet all of you. Alton's told some great stories."
Are you Alton's dad?
I am not. And as his conversation's kind of going on, midnight actually strikes. And at this point, everyone kind of cheers. This was the last night of Passage Nights. So Passage Nights is now over. And everyone kind of starts taking off their masks and costumes, as is customary at the end of Passage Nights. So as he does this, he goes, "Well, I guess now is a good time to introduce myself." He takes off this mask, pulls his hood back, and just lays his mask on the counter. And underneath, what you guys see is a human man. He's got darker skin, very short hair, and he has a lot of just random baubles and stuff like that, just random ornaments, trinkets, jewelry, and stuff like that. And he turns and looks at you guys and goes, "Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Kazan, and I think we need to have a talk." And that's where we're going to end this session.
No.
Nice.